That's what I'm talking about.
95 degrees.
It's so hot
FTD
outside.
needs to be asleep.
So hot.
So hot.
So hot outside. Can't breathe. FTD.
We
Breathe.
should do an Independence Day special.
Yeah, speaking of independence. It's
What?
almost July 4th.
Yeah, it is.
And sorry, I had to build
That
some
was a-
suspense on that
was a
one.
big suspense.
July 4th is going to come out the day after this podcast comes out. July 4th comes out on the 4th of July.
Well, we can do like next Monday. We can do or the Monday after the next. It'll be the July 4th, but it won't be July 4th. But we want to carry on the independence throughout the week.
Yeah, why don't we talk about independence all the time?
I know.
Why
Well,
does it just have to be on July 4th?
Pride Month gets a whole month, and Independence Day gets one day to celebrate our freedom. God dang it! You know Rich Piana?
No.
He's been popping a lot of your feed.
Richie Pana?
Rich Piana.
Richie Pana?
He's a bodybuilder that died recently. He's the guy I was telling you about. He's like, so basically, I do biceps and triceps for 8 hours.
Whoa.
And hey.
Let me see if I can find him.
You got a-
Whoa,
you
he's
got a-
super
You
jacked.
got a Bulls? What do you got that? Oh, no.
What is that? Soup?
Gazpacho.
No way.
Oh.
Yes, please.
It's FTD,
Thank you.
FTD mukbang.
He's bringing in food. I didn't know this was a part of the deal tonight. I'm still kind of
Oh,
hungry.
so good.
This is Rich Piana getting his blood pressure taken. Just music. Probably going to be copyright flagged now.
It just has the funniest vocabulary.
Is this his... Is One Day Yume? That's him?
Oh, I don't know. He's dead now.
He died. I think this is him.
He died.
He's yoked.
He is yoked.
Or jacked to the gills.
His biceps are so big. He's been accused of pumping his biceps with like oil or whatever.
Yeah.
But
They're weirdly big.
yeah, they're weird. And when he flexes, it doesn't go to a peak. It's like it's like bulging.
Look at him on a Road King.
Dude was bad to the bone.
Dude, that guy wouldn't even take any damage if he fell, I bet. He's like immune to fall damage.
He's like that GTA character that we met.
Yeah. Rich Piana. Let's go to his YouTube, see if we can see him talking about stuff.
His commentary is just too good.
You're all a bunch of fucking assholes. You know why? You don't have the guts to be what you want to be.
Damn. Why'd he die? Just too many roids?
Oh, yeah.
His arms are very strange looking.
Yeah, they're huge.
Like, it gets to the point, I feel like it gets to the point where I get grossed out when I watch, like, surgeries and stuff, because I feel like I'm seeing too much anatomy, like, more than I'm qualified to see.
Mm-hmm.
And then I see, like, something like that. Oh, thank you so much. What is it? Scobazo? Scobazo.
Oh,
Gazpacho.
this is curing my ligma.
It's good. I got some up under I'm trying to cure. He's laughing at us. What is this? Gazpacho?
But yeah,
It's
right
alive.
before we did the pod, I almost blacked out twice.
I know you did.
We were just sitting
Talk
there.
about that.
We were smoking stogies, and sometimes I get it where I'll see floaters and like my peripherals will kind of fold in a little bit.
Yeah.
But that's just like, it's,
I've had
it's
that.
low electrolytes, low salt type thing, and then this one was just like the peripherals just kept folding and folding and folding until it was like a small little tunnel.
Yeah.
And all I heard was you talking. And like I could feel like the void coming, like the blackout void. I was like, "Holy frick!" I remember like I was saying like, "What I even say to you?" I was like, "I felt this before."
You were like,
"I've been here before."
we're just sitting there, and I'm just like droning on like I like to, and all of a sudden you start like you set your cigar down and you start like looking around, and I realize like you're not even processing anything. You're like. You don't look. You're not necessarily nervous, but I can tell that you're like losing consciousness, and I'm like, what is going
I
on?
wasn't nervous. My heartbeat, like I could feel it like getting slower.
It was like ka-thunk,
Yeah, and I could hear it.
ka-thunk.
And every kathonk, my vision would slowly fold in further.
Yeah, I don't know what was happening. I think you might have been dying, but you lived. So
Bounce back.
and now we're doing the pod.
I
I
had
think
a
you probably
Pop-Tart.
lived because you knew we had to do the pod.
For you guys. I'm back from the dead. Lazarus.
Dude, eating on the pod is so crazy. Everyone's just hearing crunching every once in a while. I can't tell how much crunching is coming through. That this is delicious though. I don't even know what this is. It's like salsa
It's gazpacho.
It's like salsa soup.
You remember that character in what was it? Was it called gazpacho? No.
Oh,
With the purple?
Fanboy and Chum Chum.
No. Wait. What's it was Fanboy. No.
It was that other one.
Look up that show with gazpacho. God, what was it called? That show was really cool actually.
It was that little purple guy.
Yeah.
Chowder.
Chowder. Mm-hmm.
Crunch. Gazpacho is crazy looking. He doesn't even look like the soup.
No, he doesn't. But that show was actually really underrated. Show was Chowder for sure.
Yeah.
And what was another underrated show? Back at the Barnyard, underrated.
With the cow.
Yeah, did you watch that?
Let me look it up. Back at the Barnyard. Yeah, occasionally. Like I saw it a couple times. You know about did you watch Adventure Time?
Oh yeah.
I didn't.
What?
I just didn't watch it for whatever reason, but I've heard people say that even like to this day it's kind of like a good animated show.
Better than good. That's a great show.
Really?
So creative.
That's like I started watching Adventure Falls because I'd never watched that one either.
Gravity Falls?
Gravity Falls.
Good show.
And it's actually good. It's written by the same like people who do Rick and Morty, I think. That could be wrong.
Really?
Let me
Didn't Justin
look up.
Roiland get arrested?
Yeah, he got put off of Rick and Morty somehow.
He did. That show's gonna tank now that he's gone because he was like the sole.
It was already falling off a little bit.
A little bit, yeah. The last season wasn't that good. But dang it, it sucks that he had to molest a girl.
Gravity Falls TV show by Alex Hirsch, a good friend of Rick and Morty creator Justin Roiland. So that's like Disney Channel versus Adult Swim or whatever the Morty and Rick was on.
All I care about is South Park. South Park's still going strong.
Mm-hmm.
I watched that episode yesterday. It was with it was like, you know the character Strong Woman.
No.
Her name is Strong Woman in South Park, and she's PC Principal's husband. And they're doing like
Yes,
they're
yes,
doing the CrossFit games.
Yeah.
And they're like, and our next contestant who's new to the field is Heather Swanson. And it's this like bodybuilder guy with like a crop top on. He's like, I'm Heather Swanson. I'm here to dominate the competition. And I identify. He's like, Heather Swanson started identifying as a woman 14 days ago.
No way.
He just completely nukes the competition. And they can't say anything.
Yeah.
Because it's Strong Woman and PC Principal.
Mm-hmm.
So they're like, we have to accept her for
That's
who she is.
crazy. That's so funny. Justin Roiland is back. They fired him just enough to get like under the radar, and then they recast him.
Let's go.
They couldn't get rid of him. He's like the voices.
That's too much money.
He's the voices of Rick and Morty. I'm pretty sure.
That's too much money to get rid of right there. That's fine, dude.
The amount of Rick and Morty licensed stuff.
Yeah, unbelievable. Insane. Yeah. That whole case kind of flew under the radar.
Mm-hmm.
You know what didn't fly under the radar? That goddamn submarine that we should have talked about last week. Did we talk about it with Ben?
Did.
We did?
Yeah.
We did?
Yeah. We talked about how it was covering up the Hunter Biden shit.
Oh, yeah.
It was there just to cover everything up.
Yeah. God, that was a weird story. And they're still milking it. Like they're making like animated videos of like how they died in 0.001 milliseconds.
Yeah, there's like the whole thing about how the speed at which a submarine implodes is faster than the speed of like human comprehension, so they wouldn't have even known they died.
I saw this like animated bit about it. He was like, and we control the entire submarine with this game control. It's just gone. And now we're at the depth of 8,000.
It's funny because you could not get me to go on a submarine.
I would
Before this.
I would go on a naval submarine.
Dude, I wouldn't. I couldn't do it. I think I would freak out. I get so claustrophobic.
You gotta face it.
I'll face other stuff. Like I'll go on a helicopter, which is probably statistically more dangerous.
I went on a helicopter.
I've been on a helicopter. I've been on a plane. I've been flying lately.
You were on a helicopter?
Little one at in Florida.
That's what I did too. Did we do the same one?
Mine was in Kissimmee.
Mine was too.
It was right by the little. It was probably the same one.
It was probably the same one.
It was like a little chopper, just flew over
little
the
tiny
area.
red chopper.
Yeah, I was on that. I was on that shit.
I thought I was the only one.
No, I wasn't.
Oh,
It was a
know.
different time though. It was like years ago.
I wonder if it was. Oh, well, mine was years ago too. Mine was
Seriously?
3 or 4 years ago. And then we went on a fan boat ride. Alligators.
That'd be crazy if was there strangers on it?
The helicopter?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Oh, I was gonna say, what if like we had met each other in Kissimmee, Florida, and didn't even know it?
Who'd you go on it with?
My father.
Is it you and your dad and me and my dad? And we had no idea.
No idea.
Nice to meet you guys.
We would have said shit to each other if we had been on there.
Mm-hmm.
Someone would have started talking, and probably would have been your dad.
I'd be like, man, that prop sounds a little loose.
Yeah.
Your dad would be like,
The prop can't technically be loose.
Yeah.
And you'd be like,
it's a self-tightening the way the momentum.
if anything, it's the swash plate.
Oh, that's funny. Man, I have been feeling spoiled lately though with all the boat rides and everything. My dad got this ski boat, and we've been taking it out like non-stop for the past couple weeks. We've been out like 4 or 5 times on the lake.
I know. That's what I was saying. I don't remember who I was saying it to. It might have been you. I was like, I almost have gotten to the point where I want to say no to the boat rides. Like, someone's like, hey, we're taking the boat out. And
You said that to Nate.
Yeah. And I'm like, I'm almost at a no. Like, I don't want to go out on the boat. And then I like remember how kind of lucky I am to have the ability. The other day, I rode a sport bike to the lake and then got on a boat, swam off the boat, drove the boat a little bit, got off the boat, got back on the sport bike, and drove home. That's like the coolest thing ever.
That's so bad. Yeah.
That just like, it's not my boat or sport bike either.
Yeah, that's the saying. It's not what you know, it's who you know.
Exactly. And the only reason I was driving the sport bike is because all my vehicles, just like the submarine, imploded.
What's that?
That was me in the truck the other day. Yeah. No, me in the truck the other day. I don't know if I told you the whole story, but I was just driving to my parents' house because I had to like clean out the truck a little bit. I was gonna like get some like crap out of it and just clean it.
Uh-huh.
And I get up to a stoplight where someone stopped at the stoplight and I have to turn right.
Mm-hmm.
So I just kind of get off onto kind of like the shoulder a little bit to just turn right on red.
Yep.
And that must have been where I hit something because I don't know where else it would have been in the drive.
Yep.
And I driving down my parents' street, which is a long dirt road, and I'm hearing like, and I'm like, that's a weird sound. There must be something crazy stuck in my wheel.
Uh-huh.
So I get out when I get to the house and go out and I see a hole in the sidewall. and like you can't fix a hole in the sidewall.
Holy
the tire
mackerel.
is done. And so I went on Facebook and I went and found some like almost free tires.
Was it a screw?
I don't know what it was. There was nothing in it. It was just a hole.
You screwed up.
I was so sad. I was so sad because I've plugged tires plenty of times, but you can only plug it if it's on the tread. You can't fix a hole in the. You can.
I was gonna
It's
say
very
I
dangerous.
was saying my dad has proven that wrong.
Yeah.
We've had a couple plugs in the side. Holy mackerel!
Mm-hmm.
We got ourselves a hole.
But tomorrow, my elusive spring that broke on my motorcycle is coming in the mail. So I'll be able to, hopefully, I'm going to get somebody to drop me off over there. And then I'll ride the bike back.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you're that confident?
I'm pretty confident because that's the only thing that's broken. And I just have to put it back together and get riding. And then my cylinder for my other bike, I just got a call from the British lady in California who said, like, your cylinder is honed and ready, and it's being sent your way. Are you going to pay with a credit card? And I was like...
I love hearing from her, and I've never heard from her.
I know. And she's like...
Vicariously.
She's like, are you going to be paying with a Visa or a MasterCard? Those are the ones we can accept. And I was like, a Visa. She's like, okay, then it starts with a 4. And I was like, it sure does.
It sure does.
And then so I gave her my credit card number. It was like $170, including shipping and all this stuff, which is more than I wanted to pay, but it's coming back. It's done. So I'm going from literally having nothing I can drive to hopefully in like 2 or 3 days I'll have like 3 or 4 things I can drive.
Everything's starting to pop up.
Yeah.
My part's coming tomorrow too, so we'll see about that.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We'll see when that baby comes back together. That engine's been on the ground for too long. I'm gonna probably start cleaning it tomorrow.
Getting it ready to go back in.
Yeah, I'm just gonna polish her up, get the frame nice, and then when she goes back in, she'll be the cleanest Vulcan this side of Mississippi. Swear to God.
Oh, I believe that too.
I swear to God.
I believe that too. Yeah, so I think we got to talk about the Murph.
Literally, we do.
We did. I was in Dallas like a week and a half ago, and you texted me. And you were like, "We got to do a Murph."
Yeah, dude. I was laying on my bed, and I was like about to fall asleep, and then a YouTube recommendation came up, and it was like 2015 CrossFit Games Murph. And I was like, what the frick is that?
You said, I watched a vid. This is, I scrolled so far.
I watched the whole thing. It was 60 minutes. I watched every second of it.
No way.
Yep.
Yeah, you said, I watched a vid on YouTube today of some dudes doing a Murph. 1 mile run, 100 pull-ups, 200 push-ups, 300 air squats, 1 mile run. We got to do it. We train together. And I said, I'm down.
Yeah.
And you did not expect that because you said, you are with 3 question marks. I said, why not?
I was not expecting the I'm down. I thought you were going to come back with a question or two at least.
No, because I wanted to do, it sounded fun. Like it sounded really hard, but I kind of wanted to see if I could do it.
We train together.
Yeah.
That should be a shirt.
It should.
Or a hat. We train together.
Yeah. And I didn't know if I could do it or not. And so I just accepted. And then my plan was I was going to do like a mini Murph on that like Monday or Tuesday. But then we had so much company over that I didn't I didn't work it into like a time. And then by the time I was like ready to do the mini Murph, it was too close to the actual time we were going to do it. So I was like, I'm going to be sore trying to do it. So it's not even worth it. It's like trying to cram for a test. It's not going to do anything.
Yeah, it's not going to do nothing.
So I was like, I'm just going into this cold, I guess. I did run a couple times this week, but I was like,
the cold M.
I didn't train anything like pull-ups, push-ups, or squats. And then it was the day of it, and we had your ex-neighbor from Michigan.
Yeah, we had Zach Leventis in town.
Zach Leventis. He's like, is he 15?
14? I think he's a year younger than Ray.
He's 14, and he was like, I was just telling him about it. And I'm kind of like, are you in? And he started saying, how long's the run? And I'm like, sounds like you're in.
Yeah, yeah.
And then he did it with us.
He did, and he did so well.
He did better than I did by a lot.
He did so well.
He plays football for his school, and he plays he does wrestling,
yeah.
and he works out a lot. But
he's in shape. He's got that Planet Fitness build. Sort of go.
Mm-hmm.
We were trashing him for that. And then when he took off on the run, he's a faster runner than I am.
Yeah.
But
and he says he never runs. He said he never runs.
That's crazy.
Halfway through it, you were already outside. I was like getting water, like dying, and he says to me, "Hey, you think you're gonna run as fast as you can on the second run?" He's like, you think you're gonna really try and run really hard? And I was like, dude, I don't know, because in my head I'm still panicking that I'm not gonna get done with all the like pull-ups and stuff. And he's
He
like,
already had the
he's
run
like,
in mind.
I'm going to.
Yeah,
And I'm like, dude, that's awesome. Like, you should.
he did.
And then he took off. But yeah, so we do a run, whatever, easy. Mile run.
10:30 mile.
Yeah, it was like a gentle mile, and then we get back to the place, and we're doing pull-ups on this like weird structure that's in our yard.
Yeah, it's like a little like a flower bed. There used to be like a flower bed, and they put like a roof over it.
Yeah.
And now it's all broken.
So it's just like it's 4x4s with 2x4s around the edge. So we're just pulling up on 2x4s up in the air, and
yeah, ratty 2x4s too. They
Yeah.
were cutting my hands up pretty good.
yeah, and it was like moving every time you did a pull up.
Yeah.
And then we were doing
cracking.
push-ups in the lawn that's like really long, so it's like just getting in your face and like touching you all over with all the grass.
Yeah, and that's the poo
Yeah,
It's
there's so much dog shit.
inside the fence. The dog poo is crazy.
Yeah, so like I guess to picture it, that structure we're talking about is inside this chain link fenced area right off the back porch of our house. So that area is where we let the dog out, and she shits everywhere, and Nate doesn't clean it. So it's just there's shit everywhere. So we would drop off the structure, step over poop, find a poopless area, do 6 push-ups. So we did it 3, 6, 12. So we do 3 pull-ups, drop off the structure. I would step over one. There was 3 shits I had to worry about.
Yep.
There was a fresh one, a medium one, and an old
The
one.
crusty.
And the fresh one was the one I was most worried about. It was the closest. So I had to step over that one, avoid the other one, and I had one little spot I could do push-ups. And I was getting like weeds in my face every time I went down, but I didn't care. I just didn't want shit.
I know how you found like the place you needed to do a push-up,
Yeah.
and then you did it there every single time.
I did
like
the
I saw
yeah.
my handprints down there, and I was like, "That's it."
Yeah, I did it the same exact space every time.
Yeah.
Because you trusted there wasn't shit there. Because you were starting to get by the middle of that, when we were like 25% done, we had done 25 pull-ups. I was starting to get to the point where I was like, I'm gonna need to stop soon.
The panic ensued.
The panic started, and so I had to just trust where I could go that there wasn't shit because I couldn't think straight anymore. So I just kept going to the same place. I went and got pickles on one of our breaks. I was like slamming dill pickles, and then I was you had your salt.
Oh yeah, those
pills.
salt tabs. Yeah.
Those things were. I didn't cramp at all, so they worked.
Yeah, they're clutch, and they've got like they've got 30 milligrams of caffeine in
Yeah.
them per capsule.
Yeah.
So it just keeps the edge off.
Yeah, it definitely helped because every time I popped a couple of them, I was like feeling a little bit not like strong or anything, but like less crampy and like tight.
Yeah, it was the exercises were weird because like each one was hard at its own moment, and each one was easy at its own moment. Like at first, the pull-ups were easy,
And the
and
squats
then
were hard.
squats were hard, and then like the push-ups got hard, and the squats got easy, and the pull-ups stayed pretty easy, and then at the end, the pull-ups got super hard. The push-ups were like medium, and the squats were not hard.
The squats got easier as we went, which I didn't
Yeah,
expect.
yeah.
And the pull-ups by the end, like I would do one solid one every time. I did one
Your
solid
pull-ups
one.
looked crazy.
And then the second one got rough, and the third one was like I was kicking and kicking and kicking, just trying to get my chin above that wood.
I like set 16. You did like you said the ratchet strap pull up.
Yeah.
I would like crank up a little bit and then a little more.
Yeah, I would kick and it would move me
so
up a little
funny.
bit, and then my arms could only hold me where I was. They couldn't lift me up, so I would have to kick again. So by the last pull up I did, I was like kicking, just slowly moving up. And then we went to run.
You're trying to swim up.
And then we were like an hour in at this point, an hour and 10 minutes in. I was so like, I was out of breath. I was like my mind was all over the place. And then we had to run another mile. And I started out strong and then immediately felt my stomach like wanting to empty.
Yeah.
And so I had to like find out what pace I could run that I wouldn't puke in a mile. And so I started running slow, and then by the end I was like, okay, I have like 0.15 of a mile left. I'm going to sprint it. So I started sprinting. I made up a little bit of time, and then I had to stop sprinting because I almost puked again. And so then I started like jogging again, and then pretty much immediately finished, and I was like out of it at the end. But I did it, and I was so happy. It was like so cool to be on the backside of it.
Yeah. As soon as you cross the finish line.
I want to do it again.
Yeah.
On Saturday.
I want to do it again too. I want to do it until I can do it with a 20-pound vest on.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
That's the goal. The real Murph. And then we go to the CrossFit games. We dominate the CrossFit nerds.
Well, like, and I woke up. I felt like such a successful, self-disciplined human when I woke up at 7 on my own because I was thinking about the workout I was gonna do. I was like a little nervous, so I woke up on my own at 7. My alarm was set for like 7:30, and we'd been drinking and stuff the night before, so I didn't know when I was gonna wake up. I was up at 7. I read a little bit of the finance book I've been reading, and then I saw Zach walking over.
Yeah.
I was like, "What's up, Zach?" I cooked him eggs.
Oh, really?
And then we got eventually we started doing some like vigorous exercise, and then it was 10 a.m. and I'd already done so much like good stuff that day. I felt so good.
Oh, yeah.
I felt great that
Yeah,
day.
you feel great.
And I'm sore today.
Yeah, it's just like this from my forearm, this little joint right here is sore.
Yeah, I'm sore in that joint, and I'm sore in my
The
other joint. It's all where all the muscles connect.
Yep.
And like I'm sore everywhere, but it's not like horribly sore anywhere. It's just my entire body feels it.
Yeah.
Which means that's a good ass exercise.
Oh yeah, it's a great exercise, and your heart rate is chilling up there the whole time.
Yeah, there was times after a
is good.
set that I'm breathing like heavy. Like I'm like
Yeah.
And I had to like get myself to take really deep, slower breaths to try and get my heart rate down a little bit.
Oh, and I know you can do it for a long time. At that 50K, my heart rate was in the 180s for 7 hours.
No way.
Yo, unless my watch was wrong.
I doubt it. A 50K is a crazy thing to do.
Oh, so quick. I bought a sticker.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I want to put it anywhere yet, but I bought a sticker.
We were talking about that the other night because
I don't want to be a sticker person.
the runners who put the stickers on their car, I always judge them.
I know.
But 50K is really far.
50K is just far enough where I feel like a sticker is warranted. Just to show, because when people see the sticker and then they drive by me in the window, they should know what's going on.
As long as you put it on the glass, not the paint.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that you wouldn't put it on the paint, but I hate when people put
Who the frick puts stickers on the
so
paint?
So many people. It pisses me off.
Why would they put it on the paint?
I don't know.
That's disgusting.
Public service announcement: if you have a sticker and you want to put it on your car, put it on the glass, because you can get anything off of glass and you can't get anything off of paint.
That's facts in the booth.
Yeah.
That's fire in the booth right there. But yeah, the Murph was cool. We're going to get fat.
We're gonna get fat shamed.
Our official time was 1 hour 23 minutes, and then I'm gonna try to. Next time we do it, I'm gonna try to go sub hour.
Yeah,
I feel like that's achievable now that kind of know what's good.
I just want to try and do it again. Like I don't have any goals this next time yet. I want to get to the point where I don't get like panicky in the middle, and it's gonna take a little bit to get there.
Gotta stay hard.
Because I got this next weekend, I'll be in town, and then the weekend after that, I'll be out of town. So I'll probably just try and run or something on that Saturday, and then I'm gonna be back.
You should do push-ups, pull-ups, squats.
Yeah, if I can find somewhere to do pull-ups.
Backyard.
Well, I'm gonna be in Atlanta.
Oh, the ATL.
Yeah,
I'm sure you could pull up on something down there. You could probably pull up on a tall fella.
I could definitely pull up on a homeless dude.
Yeah. Yeah, you just find someone that's semi-tall.
Yeah, I guess, and they are taller out there.
And you bring them a pack of cigs or something.
Yeah, I give him a pack of cigs and say, "Hey, I need to do 100 pull-ups on
Have you
your
ever heard
body."
of a Murph, sir?
Yeah, my name Murph.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that's perfect.
Yeah, that's me.
Get ready to be done. I'm gonna do you.
I'm gonna do you. I'm gonna do you so hard. Oh, sorry. Well, I forgot we were live.
Oh, sorry, Mr. Murph. I didn't mean it.
Do you know the real story of that guy?
Mm-mm.
He's a military guy. I don't know like exactly what it was, but I know of him from the Lone Survivor movie with Mark Wahlberg. Good movie, by the way. Wow, I'm tired.
You just fell asleep. I said Murph workout history.
His name is Mike Murphy. I think that's who it's off of. Just want to be jacked, you know?
Yeah.
Just want to be
Murph is a
fast.
workout that CrossFit made an official hero workout in 2005.
Hero workout.
Yeah, official.
Freedom, baby. That's the only thing I like
This
about
was a workout
CrossFitters.
that his family approached us with, suggesting after he passed away that we honor him with this workout that he did on a regular basis. Run a mile, 100 pull-ups, 200 push-ups, 300 air squats, run a mile, all done in a weighted vest. So we posted it on .com, and over the years, it gained a lot of attention as one of the more challenging and one of the more lengthy workouts that we would put out on CrossFit.com, and one of the more rewarding workouts.
It was rewarding.
It's a really strong community building moment, and that the affiliates and the community came together on their own independently as all these micro gyms across the world to do this the same weekend is an expression of the power of this community globally, to an awe-inspiring degree. I mean, it's pretty impressive. This was not an organized thing. This was not our organized effort to make Murph a thing on Memorial Day weekend. This was something that the community said, hey, we are gonna do on their own as independent gyms, and it's now this massive collective. And I think that's why it was just this perfect storm of a CrossFit effort that transcends CrossFit and becomes such a powerful movement.
What is CrossFit? Is it a company?
It's a movement.
Okay.
I don't know if I think
Oh,
it's...
here we go.
Okay.
This is 9 years ago. An old man's advice. I'm going to play it later. I want to talk about that video, but
That video made me want to do it right now.
Yeah, I think we should stop right now and just go do another Murph.
Dude,
No, it's
we do it
cool.
mic'd up.
It's cool. Yeah, we're just like...
Yeah.
I'm
Every set, you just hear, yeah, baby.
Yeah. That's what freaking Zach, the little 14-year-old who was killing the Murph the entire time, every time I would be on that last awful pull-up of the set of 3, he would always cheer me on every single time. Every single set, he would say something, and I was like, it made me get up there. It made me do it. I was like, I'm not showing this 14-year-old failure. Can't do it.
And you didn't. Does your back hurt?
My back isn't that bad.
Your lats?
Yeah, they're sore, but what's most sore is like this like very edge of my
You had a compromised
armpit.
pull-up position.
Yeah, a horrible pull-up position, and ow. And right here is
squirm.
really
This is a
bad.
squirm up.
Right here on my like the end of my bicep is really bad.
I feel that.
Right in that crotch.
Yeah, right in that arm crotch. Oh god.
Yeah, my arms are getting more sore tonight, like than they were. I think I'm gonna be super sore tomorrow.
Drink your protein.
But I kind of feel like I'm gonna be better if we do it again next week or this week. I guess.
Oh yeah.
I feel like it won't be as bad. I won't get as sore.
Well, I'm not running this week, so I'm gonna be hitting the gym hard.
Okay.
I'll be hitting the gym hard.
I'm gonna run. I'm gonna try and run. My goal is Tuesday. I'm hoping my legs are better because my legs aren't as sore. My legs are the least sore by far.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, mine
So-
too, yeah.
So I think Tuesday I'm gonna try and run like 3.5 miles. See if I can do it. I got a knee brace and my knee didn't hurt last run. So
You just gotta think of the percentages. What percentage increase is that from last week?
well I ran 2.5 plus like 2 plus 2. I probably ran around 6 miles last week.
6 miles last week.
Yeah.
And what do you want to do this week?
I just want to do a longer run. I want
Just
to try
one
and do
longer run.
one or maybe then another 2 miler.
Okay.
So I like maybe 2 runs. one longer, one shorter. And try and hit like maybe around 6 again.
Can work with that.
Maybe like 3.5 and then like 2.5.
Oh yeah, I'm getting sore. Oh, I'm feeling.
Yeah, I'm getting tight.
I'm getting tight. I'm getting sore.
Yeah, but the Murph, I definitely think that is highly recommended because it was a lot of fun. It was kind of exciting. I was nervous about it, and then I started getting panicky in the middle. But then I didn't stop, and I just tried to keep up with you guys, and I didn't let myself like. I started negotiating with myself in the middle. Like we were like a third of the way through, and I was like, okay, if we can make it to 2/3 of the way through, I get a 10-minute break.
Oh, a 10-minute-er. You would have been cooked.
I know it would have been over.
Yeah.
So once we got to that point, I just told myself, no, just kidding.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Ha! Gotcha.
That was just to motivate you. You can't actually. You can't
Your
actually.
body's
Stop. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. And then, oh my gosh, the feeling of doing it was so exciting because, like, I mean, I haven't trained at all for it, and I was worried. I didn't know if I was gonna be able to do it, but I wasn't gonna not do it either.
Yeah.
I couldn't not do it, and I was excited to do it. It was fun.
That was a good time. That was a good time.
And it's cool because it really goes to show you that there's no excuse not having access to a gym.
That's facts. We were in the poo town.
We were in the long grass and the dog shit pulling up on a strange unidentified structure.
Yeah, not made to be pulled up.
I'm sore over my entire body with like a extremely hypertrophic exercise.
Yeah. Dude, that rock. Maybe we need to get in CrossFit.
No,
Maybe
we can't get into
maybe
CrossFit.
That's the whole thing.
Maybe that's like the secret of CrossFit. It's actually really good for you.
It's just really fun.
It's fun and good for
It
you.
probably is fun.
It probably
I
is.
saw some CrossFit broads today, and they were
Seriously?
freaking.
Okay, girls.
I can't even believe them.
Girls doing like upper body exercises always impresses me because I feel like girls are built for lower body exercises.
Oh,
like
they are.
girls can
Well,
squat,
having a baby's a lower body exercise.
Yeah. but girls can squat all day long. But when they can do pull-ups, it's very impressive.
Yeah, if they can do 5 pull-ups in a row,
Yeah.
it's kind of crazy. For
And
a
these
girl.
girls are doing Murphs. Just like killing it. Like way better than I can. Very impressive. That's like a lot more work with the female biology trying to do pull-ups like that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they're like their back is just their muscles aren't there. They have a slow twitch muscle fibers too.
Really?
I mean, they can develop fast twitch. They have them, but we have a lot more.
Yeah.
That's why our reflexes are a little bit quicker. Yeah.
Yeah, they like to do stuff like complain and that's slow twitch fibers.
Yeah, complaining is a slow twitch.
Yo.
No, I don't think they complain that much. They just like all the time isn't even that much, and and I don't. I love women, for the record. So now we can get into this video. It's by a guy named Bernard Albertson, and I decided I'm not going to put the video on the air on YouTube because I think a lot of these videos are funnier if you can't see it.
Okay.
So, but
Have you watched this?
No, it
Okay.
got recommended just
Okay.
now. It's 9 years
What's
old
the video called?
An old man's advice. I have literally no idea what this is going to be.
I think I've watched this before.
You might
Play
have.
it, play it.
Good morning. Whoops. It's raining. Hold on a minute.
He's got an artificial rain cloud over
There.
us.
There we go.
I thought I'd talk to you a little bit this morning about, oh, by the way, this is a new computer and it does all kinds of things, so I have to be careful. I'm not the sharpest tack in the box when it comes to this new equipment. You're talking to a guy, or a guy is speaking to you now, that started driving a Model A car. I remember
Damn.
the first jet airplane and many first things. The Iceman delivering ice to an ice box, taking it off of a mule-drawn wagon.
Is this guy 1,000 years old?
But I'd like
He
to
is.
speak to you a little bit
A
this
mule
morning
drawn
about
wagon.
young people in particular, about accomplishing things. When I was young, as you know,
Maybe I don't.
I had a difficult childhood, but
1556.
there's no excuse for people not being able to do what they want to do. You can do anything that you want to do. For example, as I've told you before, I lived in the back of an old car. I taught myself to read and write.
That's
So if you're
impressive.
young,
That is, yeah.
don't give up. Don't say the world is just against me. That's not true. I taught myself to read and write. I've had 5 books published. I went
Damn.
to college, got a little bit of college.
I got some college.
I've studied scripture for many, many years.
Good.
I've raised 5 children. I've buried a mother, father, sister, brother, wife, and daughter.
Did you say he's buried?
So a person can accomplish anything that they want.
Is that an accomplishment?
Yeah.
One time, to prove to myself that I was not an ignorant person, I bought a blackboard.
Good. Not ignorant.
And I purchased a correspondence course for computer programming, and I completed it with the blackboard. So, forge ahead. Don't stop. Never stop learning. Always reach out to better yourself, because when you do that, things expand. You understand more. You're happier. You're healthier. This old saying that if you don't use it, you
You
lose it,
it.
is absolutely true.
100%.
If you don't use that brain
This guy
that
is
God
you
put in your
if you were
head,
born in 1500s.
one of these
With God
days
himself.
you'll be sitting
There's know-how.
on a front porch somewhere and you won't hardly know what's going on. So don't give up. If times are hard, good things nor bad things last forever. But most generally, we are in control of our own destiny. And
He just adjusted
when I
his
say
eyebrow.
that, I mean
Whoa.
this.
You about to fall off.
It's glued
If you're
down.
not getting ahead, you need to do something to allow yourself to get ahead. For an example,
Oh, he almost died.
excuse me. For example, if you want a good job, if you want a secure future, you have to have something to offer a prospective employer. Now, I'm not saying you need a PhD or a master's degree, but you do have to have something to offer. There's going to be a time in this country that people that know how to work with their hands, plumbers, electricians, carpenters, cement layers, machine operators,
That's us.
Yeah.
mechanics, people that know how to work with their hands are going to be in great demand.
Yes.
He's right, too.
Yes.
And this was 10 years ago.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
true. You have to have education and training to be an engineer or a doctor or a lawyer. But I'll tell you the truth. I spent 60 years working. I was successful. I've started a couple of businesses. I'm not a wealthy man, but I'm a guy that came from living in the back of an old car to having a nice retirement and to be able to talk to you on this thing.
Whatever
So I'm
the
going to
fuck
close,
this is.
but I just wanted to share that with you this morning. Young people, I
like
love
4
you.
a.m..
I do. I
Yeah.
love young people. My grandmother always said, you know, when a baby smiles, the angels sing. And that's true. I believe. But young people, you're the backbone of this country. You're the backbone of the world. I don't care if you're in Asia, Africa, Korea, Japan. I don't care where you are, the United States. You are the leaders, the future leaders of this world. So reach out. Be yourselves. Don't be afraid to go after what you need. So I love you. Have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Dude, I
That's-
love you too.
I
dude.
love that guy, Bernard. That's
Wow.
that's probably the highest quality, like lowest actual like technical quality video I've ever seen.
Yeah, because
but highest,
he had a thunderstorm on his head.
yeah, highest quality, like content-wise video I think I've ever seen on YouTube. And it's just
Yeah,
an old
you're
guy
right.
talking.
Yeah.
Bernard Albertson. Wonder what he's published. Bernard. He
Yeah,
said 5 books.
Wow. I'm a successful man.
Whoa. American YouTuber who is known for his viral video and old man's advice. Copper Penny. Born in 1938. I grew up in the West. As a youngster, I traveled back and forth across the country by the old locomotive steamers, watching cowboys herd cattle from horseback and seeing dust storms on the plains. Vision and memory I've never forgotten. This is from 2015.
Dang, that must have been so sick.
Is this his other video?
His life must have been so
So you
crazy.
think there is no Santa? It's only $5 on paperback.
Wow. Does it have, how many reviews does it have?
I'm on here. I don't know. Can you see it on here? 4 ratings on Amazon. A little boring is the only review.
Mhm.
It's 3 stars. This book is basically a narrative of some of Santa's travel adventures over the years. The book didn't increase my belief nor disbelief of Santa. I was looking for a quick response to why you should believe in Santa. The book doesn't meet my needs. I bought the book for myself. I'm 72 plus years old, and I have a long white beard. That's funny. That's so funny.
That's bizarre.
It's so crazy how easy it is to get books. Like, I'm trying to change the way I think about books because I remember when I found out about books, it was like I read some Pokemon novel. And I was like, this is so cool. I was like, there's like words on a page, and I have this whole story in my head now. So I went to the library in elementary school, and I could check out, like, it was like 5 books at a time.
Yeah.
So I started finding like these books and these authors I liked, and I was reading all these books. Like, I started reading and reading and reading and reading. I loved it. And I was like, there's all these good stories. I was reading like Old Yeller and like Where the Red Fern Grows and like all those kind of books, and then
So
some
sad.
other books. And I was like, this is so crazy. This is so cool. And then I at some point just stopped. And I think it was when I got my phone.
Yeah. It ruins everything.
Yeah.
The phone ruins
Because I
everything.
didn't have a phone when I was reading those books. So
Mhm.
what else was I going to do? So I was reading. And then I got a Kindle, and I read a bunch of books on the Kindle. And then someone stepped on my backpack that had my Kindle in it on the school bus, and the Kindle screen exploded.
But now.
And I stopped reading. I stopped reading books pretty much after that. And I just got a Kindle just recently, and I haven't read a full book on it yet, but I had a paperback that I was reading from you, that I
Mhm.
borrowed from you, and I downloaded it and finished it on the Kindle, and now I've got another book I'm reading. And it's like, I feel like I'm back in, like, to the old days when I had my old Kindle. It's like right back.
You gotta, it's like working out for your brain.
And every time that I want to go pick up my phone, instead I pick up the little Kindle and I start reading, and I don't have that like dopamine depletion feeling.
Yeah.
I
dude,
have this
the
like
depletion.
satisfaction feeling.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I read for like 45 minutes today, and because you guys went out to play that game, and I was like, I have to finish this chapter, that I have to just do it now, or I'm not gonna. I have to, like, it's a book that's kind of interesting, and I don't want to stop it,
Mm-hmm.
but I want to finish it, and so I just have to every once in a while just like sit down and start reading it.
Yeah.
So I read it for like 45 minutes or whatever, and I finished the chapter, and I felt so good, and I was like ready to hang out and do
Ready
stuff.
to tackle the day.
But otherwise, I would have sat on my phone for 45 minutes watching Instagram Reels.
yeah.
And that makes you feel so bad
It makes you
afterwards.
feel so bad.
It's like
crazy.
eating fast food for
It
your
is,
brain.
yeah. It totally is. And you regret it every time. There's not a time where you're like, man, feel good.
And the cool thing about the Kindle to me is like, if I download a book that I don't like, and I downloaded it for free, I just don't read it. If I download a book I really like for free, and I think it was like amazing and life changing, I'll just buy a paperback copy off Amazon, and the publishing company and the author will get their money, and then I'll have a book I can like give away to somebody if I think they should read it.
This has been a big topic of conversation for the past few days in the house.
Yeah, because I have like
It's the piracy of books.
the piracy of books is weird.
And you not liking flipping the pages.
Oh yeah. All right. I'm gonna pee and then I'm gonna get into this.
Okay, dude.
Yeah. Okay. So most people who you talk about the Kindle, right? They go on about. I just don't like.
Sit down.
Okay. They're like,
Not allowed to pace and talk. You sit down.
I just don't like how you don't have access to the paper. They're like, I like the paper. I like flipping the pages. I like holding the book. I like the smell of the book. I like all this shit. I'm like, I'm just trying to read the words. I don't care what it looks like.
It's about the experience.
But the Kindle looks like a piece of paper. It's like completely matte screen.
If I had a Kindle, I would like it a lot.
It's a matte screen. You never have to like flip it or change it. It's got a built-in light in it, so you can just turn the light on, and it's like you have a perfect light shining on a piece of paper. It doesn't look like it's not like a screen. Like it's not the Kindle Fire. It's the real Kindle, like the one that looks like paper.
But dude, there's
the liquid ink or
like
digital
going
ink.
into a bookstore and coming out with a bag of books.
Every time I go to a bookstore or a library, every time, without fail, I immediately have to take a shit.
Isn't that a thing?
It is for me, and it's every time. Every time. There's never been a time I've walked into a bookstore I didn't immediately like really bad have to take a shit.
That's so
Or
weird.
the library does it too, because there's the giant Wake County Public Library,
Yeah.
and I have to take a shit so bad as soon as I get there.
God, that's so funny. I love the bookstore.
Have you been to the Wake County Library?
No, I don't go to libraries.
You should go to the library.
I only buy my books. I should go to the library though.
They have everything, and like you can even check online what they have in stock, and then you just go and you
Can't you buy from the library? Wasn't that a thing?
Possibly, but it's like you just go check it out, and then you just bring it back, and it tells you when you have to bring it back, and they'll send you like an email if it's late, and then you have to pay like 10 cents if it's late.
Is it like a membership?
Yeah, you sign up for a card, and it's just like put your name down.
Is it free?
Yeah, it's public.
Interesting.
Yeah, we can go. We should go.
I'd like to check it out.
It's right in Garner, next to the police station.
Oh, I'd like to check that out.
It's pretty cool. I mean, they get all kinds of books. Like sometimes if it's like a really high demand new book, they'll have like 10 or so copies, and they'll all be checked out, and you have to get on a list. You can get on a list though, and they'll email you when it's in, and it's like it'll be reserved for you next when it's your turn, and they'll send you an email, and they'll reserve it for like a couple of days, and then you have to go in and you can pick it up.
Huh.
It's like if you really like books, it's
Yeah.
a free way to read, and you pay taxes for it, so you might as well use it.
Actually, I forgot about that.
Dash.
Dash. It's dying and Dash.
Dash is in town.
She is in town. Oh my god.
Yeah, but I don't like flipping. I don't care to flip through the pages. I get the intrigue, but it's always annoying. Like all of a sudden you have like this perfect hold on the book, like you're holding it is perfect, and then you have to flip the page and you have to look at the other side, and you're like only a little bit into the book, so it's like you're holding a giant wedge on one side. It's just annoying. And the little Kindle, you just sit in one direction, and every once in a while you tap it and it changes pages.
Yeah. Yeah, that's probably nice. I would like it so I could. Can't you change the font and like the spacing?
You can change the font, the spacing, the size, everything.
That's what I would want.
Yeah.
It's
So
'cause some like spacings are just too tight.
there's also like those dyslexic fonts that work really well for people with dyslexian.
Dude, I freaking might need that. I swear to God, I read so goddamn slow. It's crazy. I don't know how many pages I read today, but I think it was like 25 pages. I looked down at my watch. It had been like an hour.
Well, I mean, what are you reading?
Crime and Punishment.
It's probably like not super easy to read fast.
It's not. No, it's not. It's not.
I don't think you have to do pages per hour. I don't think that means anything because some pages have like hundreds of words and some pages have like 25 words, depending on the book.
But I do it like, so I just calculate pages per hour and then, times it by the amount of pages
Yeah.
to see how many hours I have.
Yeah.
I got so many hours left.
That's another thing I like about the Kindle. It'll tell you how many minutes you have left in the chapter and how much time you have left in the book.
Yeah, that's nice.
And it calculates it based on how fast you're reading it. And I've kind of tested it even. Like sometimes I'll like flip back and forth between pages or sometimes I'll put the book down and it doesn't change. Like it somehow knows when it's an outlier data point, it doesn't add it to the average. It just like it's pretty smart. And it's so easy to find books for free and then just transfer them right to the Kindle. Like and I said, I support supporting the authors and if I had the money to buy all these books I want, I would just be buying them.
Yeah.
I just don't. And so that's that. I'm pirating them and if a book is life-changing to me, it's really good, I'll buy it. But like and then if an author's dead, I'm not paying a publishing company.
Yeah.
I don't care to.
Yeah.
I just think that the author is the one who needs the money. And I was just talking the other night to Nate about if you really want to support an author and you pirated their book, you could most likely, I bet money on it, you could send them an email and say, hey, how can I support your your work? I really like your book and I pirated your book. I'm sure that they would say.
True that like you could just go read it at the library for free.
Yeah.
So I don't. Yeah, I
like
guess,
if you want to support an author,
just send them some cash.
Send them cash. Don't buy their book and then you're paying a publishing company and you're paying. But then again, who's gonna actually do that? Every book they like, send the author cash.
All right, I'm on board. I like the Kindle. I like it all. I like what's in the book.
The cool thing is when you're reading a book, and I've never read a, I guess you'd call it a self-help book before, and it's really cool. The book I just read is Rich Dad Poor Dad that you told me I had to read. You dropped it on my nightstand. You're like, read it you have 2 weeks to read this, and I was like, okay. I'm not gonna not read it in 2 weeks. And I was at work in Dallas, just kind of sitting there and reading. I started reading, and I was like, "This is actually really good."
Yeah, it's so simple.
It's like a page turner, which is weird.
Yeah, financial page turner.
Yeah, I was like, "This is good information," and now I have I have a bunch of books downloaded that I want to read. I need to know more now.
Yeah. Yeah, you're in it now.
I love that book, Rich Dad Poor Dad. Everyone needs to read. I believe that.
I agree.
Everybody.
It would make the world a better place.
It would. It would fix the middle class.
It would. What the poor and middle class don't teach their kids that the rich do.
Yeah, but at the same time, we gotta keep the middle class, or the whole country falls apart.
Yeah. Well, there's always going to be middle class.
But the middle class is getting smaller. The
Are they
poors,
turning
there's
poor?
more poors, and there's a bigger gap between the poors and the richers.
Ooh.
I think the middle class is like a very, very important part of the economy because they have a decent amount of money and they're very good at spending it, but they're not it's sustainable to have millions of them.
Yeah.
And then the poors, obviously not good, but you got to have some poors.
You got to have the poors because the poors buy the lottery tickets.
The poors buy the lottery
And
tickets.
they send
The
it
poors-
skyrocket high.
The poors will work at the worst job ever for their whole life.
Whole time, yeah.
And
Or just not.
yeah,
Or just kind of crust around.
some of them crust around, but it's like there's obviously people who are born into bad situations, but there's almost free education out there. And I've started to realize more and more that like you don't want to learn the things you think that you're really not good at or don't know enough about. You automatically, like, if you don't think you know about money, you feel like you know enough about money and you don't need to read the book about money.
Yeah.
If you feel like you're good enough, you know enough about your health, you feel like you don't need to try and learn about it and get better at it and practice, maintaining your health.
Dude, nobody ever knows enough.
I know. That's the secret, is you just
Yeah.
don't know anything, and everybody gets scared to learn because they think they're going to have to change their lifestyle, and they are, and you should, but not letting yourself learn something that's that vital, like not letting yourself learn about health science, even though you at the core all you are is a little meat bag running around and you don't want to learn about the meat. Like, that's insane.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, exactly. That's what we were saying earlier. The blissful ignorance that
Yeah.
in the deep corner of your mind that you should probably stop eating McDonald's cheeseburgers, but you're never gonna look up what the nutritional facts of a McDonald's cheeseburger
Because you
has.
want to have
Because
that.
you want it.
And the thing is, if you knew what it was and you knew about how to actually like diet properly and you started to learn about it, you wouldn't want it anymore. But
No.
as long as you don't, you can like hold on to this BS that doesn't mean anything.
I know so many people hold on to the freaking BS. I know so many people that do that.
Dude, with health, with money, with everything, with your career even, like people who they like don't want to learn more because they feel like they're nervous to learn more, I fall into that trap all the time where I don't want to learn about it because I don't want to think about it. I'm like, I don't want to deal with that right now. So I'm just going to ignore it like it doesn't exist. Like you don't have to think about your health. Like you don't have to think about how to actually use money to make money. You don't have to think about how to, maintain this or that. You don't have to learn how to like just do everything.
Yeah, no.
So you stop. You just stop learning. And then what? You just keep doing what you're doing, which is probably not the good thing. You just have to keep learning. And I'm trying to do that. I'm trying to read. I'm trying to read books about real stuff.
This whole pod is about bettering yourself and bettering your mind.
and you gotta...
And it was so hot today. It was 95 and humid.
It was.
And I almost blacked out.
Yeah, you did.
Almost went to the
We almost lost Gus.
What would I have been?
The From the Depot podcast would be crazy if you died. Because I would keep doing it. It would just be me in here. And I would be sad every time. I would probably do like homage to Gus. Or ode to Gus every time.
Say, oh.
I would laugh and I'd say like, Gus would have thought that was funny. And then I would start crying. Just crying. Just weeping.
I'll do a From Beyond the Grave speech. Hello, everybody. It's me, Gus. I'm up here running.
You just run. Just die. Start running.
Hi, I'm in heaven now. I'm very happy because I'm running. I'm running so far. I just crossed the 50K mark. I'm going to keep going. I'm so happy I died.
It just comes through one of my channels on the receiver.
Yeah.
And I didn't have anything hooked up to it.
Yeah, it's just, I'm here.
It's just
I'm
you.
phasing through.
You start saying something directly into the recorder.
They have the nicest gym up here. The best protein on heaven. Rich Piana, say something. God dang it.
Oh my gosh. That'd be awesome.
I'm here with Steve Irwin. He really didn't die by attack. He died by machete. What, he died by a stingray?
A stingray. Stingray got him. Freaking jolted him.
Oh.
Yeah, it would suck to die by a stingray.
Electro.
I think it'd be cool though. I like going out with something you love. I think about that a lot, like riding motorcycles all the time. I think about the fact that I'm not like it's just more risk. I'm taking a lot more risk by doing that. I could not do that. I could just not ride motorcycles and have a lot less risk in my life. But
You gotta have risk to make money.
I'm not interested in not taking that risk. And if I died on a motorcycle, I would much rather die on a motorcycle than in a chair when I'm super old and I've had a horrible last 10 years. Not that I don't have a death wish, and I am try to be safe on the motorcycle, and I'm like try and do it safely. But if I died on a motorcycle, I don't feel bad for me.
At least I die free.
Exactly. I died having the most fun I know how to have.
That's facts.
And people die slipping and falling on tile and stuff. People die just being hit by a car crossing the road.
That's true, yeah. I would be so happy if I died while we were playing Can Jam. Just got hit in the head with the frisbee at a weird
And
angle.
just
died.
Yeah, that would be a perfect way to die.
I'd be like, this is perfect.
And then you start running. You run up the heavens. What is it? The stairway to heaven. You just sprint up it.
Yeah, it'd be like 14,000 stairs.
And they're
This is perfect.
They're like, you're at the Golden Gates, and they're like, dude, you just set a PR for the stairs.
Yeah, dude, we
And you're
had,
like, yeah.
we had someone coming down to get you, you know.
There's like some really old people riding the
Acorn stair lift.
yeah. They're on the little stair lift riding up the stairway to heaven very slowly. And you're sprinting up it.
I've got my Solomon vest on.
You
my
got
trekking poles.
Yeah. You've got you got your marathon head.
Yeah, marathon head.
Marathon brain, what's it called?
Yeah, marathon brain.
When you start getting a little loopy.
You can't. Yeah, your memories are gone. You can't think of anything. You got tunnel vision, and you're just lightheaded, and you're just kind of your body's like in survival mode.
Yeah, and yeah, it is.
It's pretty awesome when you get there.
It's weird. I started to get into with the Murphs, kind of to get back, I guess, into the Murphs. I started to feel that negotiation with myself, you have to figure out how to stop. And then I was telling myself no you don't, you're gonna fucking finish this. And it was like a conversation I was having in my head while my vision was starting to go out, and I was getting really lightheaded. And the thing is, what makes you the most lightheaded? Standing up, right?
Yeah.
Squats are just a lot of stand-ups in a row. So I was getting so lightheaded. I would stand up from the push-ups and almost pass out, and then start squatting, and then all I was doing was standing up. I was getting so lightheaded.
We gotta push you to your limits to get the negotiations going.
Yeah, I know. That's why I want to do it again, because I want to do it until I don't negotiate.
Yeah. You gotta get strong. You get mental.
Yeah, but the other thing I like about it is that that was the most efficient workout I think I've ever done.
It was pretty efficient
because it was an hour and 20 minutes. I've spent plenty hour and 20 minutes on a chest and back day at the gym where I did not work out nearly that hard. But the part of the hour and 20 minutes was getting there, getting in my little outfit I was going to wear at the gym, and then doing the workouts and waiting between sets and going on Instagram or something, and then doing more sets. And then I was like, oh, I got to go to work soon. So I would go into the locker room, I would take a shower, I would get dressed, and then I would drive back. And it took me an hour and 20 minutes, and I got barely any low efficiency workout.
Yeah.
And then this was wake up, read, eat eggs, work out for an hour and 24 minutes, feel like you're going to die, you're trying to negotiate with yourself how to get out of this, and then you lose against yourself with the negotiations, and then you feel euphoric when you're done.
Yeah.
I liked that.
I feel great.
And I'm trying. That's why I was telling you earlier, I like the running because it's very efficient. You can walk out of your front door in the morning, run a mile, it takes maybe 10 minutes. And then take a shower and go to 10 minutes. Anyone can fit into their day.
Yeah.
And if you ran a mile every day,
I'm convinced everyone's got at least 3 hours a day
to do stuff with.
to do stuff.
Yeah.
Even Nate. Nate may listen to this.
Mhm.
I'm convinced he's got 3 hours.
Everyone's got it. It's just, are you willing to use it?
That's what I was saying earlier. Is like prioritization.
Yeah.
Is the key. It's like how much does it matter to you? Because if it matters enough, you're going to do it.
Yeah, you will.
And if it doesn't matter that much, you're not going to do it. And you got to figure out where that line is.
The trick is figuring out how to make it matter. That's the hard part.
Discipline. That's the only thing. Is like when you get disciplined about it, it starts to matter more and more. And then you have an off day, and that matters a lot.
For me, my best tactic for trying to motivate myself that I've found so far in life is like telling myself, like, what are you going to be the guy who can't do this? Are you going to be the one who can't, like, you can't? And I start like almost making fun of myself, like, are you going to not do that? Are you going to spend this today like not getting after it? And I'm not good at this tactic. This is just my tactic.
Yes.
I'm like, are you going to not do them? Are you not going to wake up early and start working on stuff you want to work on? That's my best tactic I have. And I need to work on it, and I'm going to try and keep learning how to be better at it, but that's the best I have so far.
I've learned that motivation is such a freaking farce at the end of the day. It's like motivation only takes you so far.
Yeah.
Motivation can take you 5 minutes or 5 days. But at the end of the 5 days and your motivation's gone, you get out of bed and you're like, I'm not motivated.
Yeah.
It's the discipline.
Then you fall back on your discipline.
It's the discipline that pushes you.
Yeah.
And when I go to the gym or I go running, it's not because I'm motivated.
Yeah.
It's because I'm disciplined. I get motivated occasionally, but it only lasts for a tiny bit amount of time.
Yep.
You put on that song, you get motivated for that second. You put on like I don't know, it's motivation is such a farce. And it only gets you to a certain place.
Yeah, and if you try and wait for the motivation, you're going to be waiting forever.
You're never going to find it. I think discipline's the only way.
You just have to do it.
Yeah. And that it is the only way. Because as soon as your tank is empty, what are you going to fall on?
Yeah.
Consistency is discipline. Basically.
Yeah.
Boom.
And that's real, and that's life.
That's real, that's life, and don't let motivation be your driver. Have discipline be your driver. And then you'll be driven.
Yeah. I like that.
Boom. That's what I've been figuring out for the past 4 years. Boom, baby. Boom.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of guys that I know that are like in their little bachelor phase, like in the college to like early 20s years, just go so downhill. And I've seen some people go like just every day a little better. And it's funny to start to kind of lose some of the friendships that are the guys who are just slipping, and start to really get tight with the people who are getting better.
You only want those suckers around you, the ones that are getting better.
The people who you can talk about real stuff with, you can make yourself better. They'll tell you when you're being, this is what I was talking about Nate with today. I was like, I like having people around me that tell me what I'm doing wrong. If they do it from a place of like compassion, I want people to tell me what that I'm doing wrong. Whether it's just them making fun of me for little things, or it's like them kind of bringing stuff up that I know I should be doing. I like it. I appreciate it. I love it. I need it. That's why I like to surround myself with people who do that. But the people who bring you down, even if they're bringing you down for the stuff you actually are doing wrong, and they just do it because they want to make themselves feel better, it's such a different thing. But that balance of finding people who actually challenge you and will really get after you when you're not like living up to what you can do, and not like you're not hitting your potential, you're not working out enough, you're not learning enough, you're not doing enough with your time, you're wasting your time, you're spending too much time on Instagram, you're doing all this stuff. Like people who make fun of you for that, it's super important to be around those people.
Yeah, 100%. And those people are becoming rarer and rarer and rarer. And it ticks me off.
Yeah.
Because it's...
Because you can sit and in your own little stink of bad decisions by yourself indefinitely.
Definitely.
It takes
until
it takes
you die.
one person to just give you some shit about it every once in a while for you to start thinking about it every day. And then even if that takes 6 months for you to stop or break a habit, that person just gave you so much value just by being in your life.
But I know so many people that just don't want to be better. It
Yeah.
doesn't even matter if a person... It's almost like if a person tells them they need to be better or they're doing something wrong and they get so offended.
Yeah,
that someone's telling them
it's the
that.
same thing I was talking about earlier, where it's like you don't want to confront or learn anything because you are nervous to learn that. You don't want to give up what you're doing. You don't want to stop eating horrible. You don't want to start getting up early. You don't want to start getting regular sleep. You don't want to start getting like money because you're scared of it. You don't know what to do with it. You don't know how it works.
I know.
It's like there's so many things people are just afraid of because they're just afraid of it. They're only afraid of it because they're afraid of it.
How are you afraid to be a better person? It's so hard for me to understand.
Because it's a daunting task. To improve yourself, you don't want to fail at improving yourself. So people
imagine
never
being
wanna
in
do
your
it.
20s and being like, I am good to go.
And
I
I know
good.
a lot of people like that.
I'm good enough. It's like, frick off, buddy. I'm going to be in my 70s saying I need to get after it.
I think nobody in their 20s. I think, first of all, I'll say no human is like really figured it out because I don't think there's a true state.
No.
There's no
Not at all.
true state of figured it out. There's no, it's actually unattainable. Figuring it out is unattainable. But getting closer and closer to it, super possible. And that should be the goal every day.
Yeah, and people don't want it. People just want to chat around on Twitter all day and blame each other for other stuff.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to take responsibility for themselves. It's ridiculous. Take interest in other people. God dang it. I'm starting to get ticked off.
I know. We're getting very motivational right now.
Not motivational.
Disciplinal. Disciplinal.
Yeah, I want to bend people over and spank them.
Just freaking open up their ain and just give them discipline.
Yeah,
just stuff discipline just right up their ain.
Yeah, you want to shake their head and be like, buddy, you're not it. I'm not it either.
Just freaking stop what you're doing.
Let's do it together.
Yeah, like we train together.
We train together.
Yeah.
God dang it. Freaking fricks all over the place. I know you're listening to this. God dang it.
Yeah. And if you're one of the people with a foot fetish and you're still listening, don't stop with the foot thing, but get your shit together.
Yeah,
Otherwise.
Oh my God, guys.
Just
come
get
on.
your like just work on stuff. Like go read Rich Dad Poor Dad. And then keep tuning in to From the Depot podcast.
Keep tuning in, but don't be freaking weird. Don't be weird.
Yeah.
Don't be normal either. Be different.
Be you.
Be you. Minus the foot.
Well, you can have the foot thing. Don't like. We're not condemning the foot thing at all.
A little bit.
Well, mildly, because we don't do it, but we know that's why you're like a lot of you are here. So
we're judging you.
Yeah, I mean a little bit, but we're also like telling you like, yeah, keep watching and get your life together, and then like come back on next week, and we'll give you good advice. Maybe we won't, but just keep watching.
Keep watching, and not for my dog.
Not for the dogs. Eventually, it becomes not for the dogs. We're gonna make your life better. If you came here because you just like feet and you're still listening, keep listening. We're gonna make your life better.
God Dang it.
And that's a promise.
We're turning this into like a spiritual podcast.
It's becoming spiritual.
It's gonna be like yeah.
Disciples
of discipline.
Yeah, disciples of defeat.
You could honestly say that because your biggest lessons you learn are from failure.
Winning doesn't teach you anything.
No.
Failing does.
Facts. Disciples of defeat.
There's poor people who never lost anything, and there's rich people who lost millions.
Lost everything.
On that note, thanks for listening to this episode of From the Depot. Tune in next week for another episode of From the Depot.
And we're approaching 13,000